Hello, Scorpio. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. Hope you're doing well. This is your tarot card for the week of November 23rd, 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have Scorpio in any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you. Also, keep in mind that this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Okay? Be sure to check out your other placements. Queen of Swords wanted to show herself. Maybe some of you need to speak a truth. Okay, let's keep going with the reading. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements, and also keep in mind that I am a Gemini. My ruling planet of Mercury is in retrograde. So if I stumble or fumble my way through your reading, I apologize ahead of time. If you are celebrating your birthday in the final days of Scorpio season, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Scorpio collective now. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What is the tarot card of the week for Scorpio? If you've never seen this reading before, this is not what you don't see coming. The tarot card of the week reading is typically a question Source wants us to ponder, go within, think about, so we can make the determination or decision we need to make to move our life forward. So we can grow and expand and not get too stuck or stagnant in situations, environments, connections, maybe even patterns that no longer serve our highest good. So what is the tarot card of the week here for Scorpio, for my moon bebes? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Tarot card of the week, the King of Pentacles. What situation, environment, or connection, maybe even a pattern, in your life is bringing you financial wealth and stability? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Devil. What boundaries need to be created in your life when it comes to a toxic situation, environment, or connection, or pattern? Interesting. Something is interfering with your stability or your wealth or your ability to make money. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about the King of Pentacles? Why is this their tarot card of the week? Yeah, something's getting in the way of your stability. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Nine of Wands, Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords. Something you're doing over and over again. Bottom of the deck, Judgment, Ten of Swords, the Devil. Wow, Devil to the Devil. Nobody wants to hear this, right? I'm a Scorpio moon. Don't get mad at me. All of these messages are intended to help us move forward. As a collective, we are engaging in something that in the moment feels good. Three of Cups. Feels great to do this. Feels great to drink this, smoke this. And look, I'm not trying to lecture anyone here. Okay, I'm not on a soapbox. And what this is different for all of us because it's a collective general reading. Could be a thought process, could be a pattern, could be eating too many gummy bears, which I do quite often. Whatever it is. In the moment, it feels really good. Nine of Wands, Three of Cups. They do it over and over again. That cycle, that wheel turns. I always get this, just speaking like us. I get the opportunity to do it differently or to not do it at all. I don't. And before I know it, I'm dealing with sadness, grief, a little weight loss, too many gummy bears, sadness, grief, disappointment, heartache, heartbreak, whatever it is. There's something here we're engaging in over and over again. It's toxic. We need to put an end to it. We need to finally go within and make the judgment call that this isn't good for us. Now, because we are clarifying the King of Pentacles, it could be for some of us, we are overspending. I heard a saying a long time ago, champagne taste on a beer budget. For some of us, we're overspending. We are charging too much on credit cards. It feels really good in the moment to do all of that Amazon Prime shopping. It feels really good in the moment to go out to concerts. You know, there's that. It feels really good in the moment when I'm doing blank. And yeah, for some of us, it could be overspending, too much debt. And then we get the bills and we feel like, oh my God, I did it again. Now I don't know, how to pay the electricity bill. So it could be something like that. And Source is just saying, look, there's just a toxic spending addiction. It is affecting your financial stability and the overall stability of your life, right? If you can't pay this bill, because you got to pay this bill. So there's something here that we're doing as an overindulgence. It could be overeating. Where Source is just trying to get our attention and say, look, it's time to make the judgment call. Say, I'm going to put an end to that. And it could be a negative thought process. Absolutely. In the moment, it feels really good, whatever I'm doing. And then I get trapped in my head and I think worst possible outcome. I feel really good. I'll use myself as an example. Sitting at this table, I'm going to do a reading for whatever zodiac sign. And then just as I begin, my mind creeps in, all of those devilish thoughts, 10 of swords, the devil, and says, this is going to be terrible. You're going to mess up. You're not connected to the collective today. They're not going to like the reading. It's not going to resonate for them. And yeah, that could be something like negative thinking, low self-esteem, overspending. It could be a relationship. It can be an attachment style. There's something here, like we were supposed to learn this lesson. Oh my God. Hierophant, the sun, the star. We were supposed to learn this lesson already, probably in the last year, and we haven't. So tell me what this is. 9 of Wands, 3 of Cups. Like I said, thought process, pattern, a relationship style, self-worth, self-value. What is it that we keep doing over and over again? Clarify that 9 of Wands to the 3 of Cups. It could be third party, constantly getting involved in relationships that are third party, or they feel good in the moment, but there's no long-term commitment to them. And that would affect our ability to have a stable relationship for those of us looking for long-term commitment, right? In the King/Queen of Pentacles, that's typically the energy of someone who's in it for the long run. To me, those are the marrying King and Queen of Tarot. So it could be something like that, but yet we keep engaging with connections that feel good in the moment, but don't go anywhere, or maybe they're third party. Tell me more about that 9 of Wands to the 3 of Cups. Thank you. We have the Hermit popped out of the deck. So whatever this is, we know. Whatever it is to you, individually, you know. The overindulgence, we're well aware of it. The Hermit, the world, we learned that lesson already, and yet we keep going back to high school. The Chariot, yeah, let's just get in the car and go back to high school. So if you've never seen my readings before, or never heard me say it before, I'll make it really quick. I look at the World card because typically in the corners are the 4 signs for the 4 fixed signs, right? Symbols for the 4 fixed signs of tarot. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And so here in the United States, for those of you who don't live here, typically in your teenage years, between 14 and 18 years old, we go to high school, okay? And this is secondary kind of education before some of us move on to college. But anyway, so we go from elementary school, sometimes a middle school, and then a high school. In that 4 years of high school, when it all wraps up and it's done, there's some type of ceremony at the end, like a graduation. We receive our diplomas. We're done. It's a whole new path now. The World card is there. It's done. Those 4 years, those 4 fixed years of education are done. We can do anything we want to do. We can travel. We can go to trade school. We can go to college. We can just get a job. We can go work on the family farm, whatever. And I guess if we wanted to, we could say, you know what? I'd like to do 4 years of high school again. I've never met anyone in my 51 years on this planet who wants to do 4 years of high school again. But I guess you could if you want to. You get in that chariot and say, I'm going to do this all over again. If you were to redo 4 years of high school, you wouldn't graduate with a master's or a doctorate or a Bachelor of Arts degree. You wouldn't have gleaned any new information. It's the same classes, same teacher, same hallways, right? So whatever this is for us that we keep indulging in or overindulging in, that leads to heartbreak, disappointment, setback, emotional loss. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I buy that kind of feeling? We've learned it already. Hermit to the World card. It's been learned. We don't need to go to high school when it comes to this again. We can just move forward. Queen of Wands, King of Swords, Ace of Wands. That's the truth. We can take the inspired actions to have all the knowledge I need. I'm going to move in a new direction. I'm not going to overspend. I'm not going to eat too many gummy bears. Again, whatever this is for us. I'm not going to get involved in third party again. Like whatever this is for us, it is affecting our stability. Now, for some of you, you have a relationship in your life that is leading to financial hardship, financial heartache. I have no pentacles on the table. You're devoting too much time to this person. Either you're spending too much time with them or you are giving them too much money. Excuse me. You're giving them too much money. It's depleting your financial resources taking care of this person. You focus too much on them, scrolling on your phone, calling them, hanging out with them, waiting for them when you could be utilizing that time to make money or learn a skill to make yourself more money. So for some of you, because we don't have pentacles on the table, it's that. It's not utilizing your pentacle resources properly, and it's leading to financial heartbreak. Tell me about that Three of Swords. So it's a collective general reading. Take it how it resonates to you. We keep doing it over and over again. We know better, and yet we keep doing it. Tell me about that Three of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Swords is clarified by Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. It has to do with your pentacle resources: time, love, money, attention, loyalty, dedication. Something we're doing over and over again. We're over nurturing. We're overbuying or overeating or overthinking or overprocessing or spending too much time on a particular individual and not investing that time in ourselves, or investing that money in ourselves, or saving money for the future. So it definitely has to do with pentacle resources. So it's creating an instability. And for some of you, it's emotional in nature. And for others of you, it's financial. Either way, that heartbreak is impacting your stability. You claim, no, I shouldn't say claim it, but you can identify that how you wish, financial or emotional. For some of you, it could be both. So Source is asking this week to make the judgment call and say, I'm not going to do that anymore. And look, I'm guilty of this. I don't want you to think that I'm coming down hard on you. I'll give you an example. I spend a lot of time on my person. I love him to death. But if he says, I'm stopping by, or I'll be there in 5 minutes, I will wait 5 hours when I should be up here working. He's affecting my financial resources, but it's not so much his fault. If he says, I'm on my way, and then he gets distracted, or he gets busy doing something else, or he gets phone calls from work, or he gets rerouted in some way, I could just text him and say, look, I'm going to work, so today doesn't work for me to see you, but I need to get my recordings done. Maybe we can see one another tomorrow. That's what I should be doing. So I can be up here providing these videos for you, and creating a source of income for myself. So in that respect, I am not investing my time. I'm not utilizing my time wisely. There are many days that I've sat around waiting for that man when I should have been up here working, or working on my house, or going food shopping. You know what I mean? Like investing pentacle energy in something else. I wanted to use myself as an example, not to make the reading about myself, but to let you understand that I'm not, wagging my old lady finger at you. I wanted to give you a real world advice there. And even if it's just you sitting around your home, you're thinking of something. Time is a precious commodity. It is a pentacle resource. And you could be using that on something else, learning something else, watching something else, doing something else, fixing up your house, like whatever it is for you. So there's a pentacle resource here that we are, there he is again. I'm not going to stop the video and respond. I told him I was recording. So there's something like that. We need to make better use of our pentacle resources. 10 of Swords to the Devil. Tell me more about that toxicity. Tell me more about the toxicity. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Swords. Everything I said is the truth. 7 of Pentacles. We've spent too much time on this. King of Cups. Because we love it. Because we love it. That's why we spend so much time in an unhealthy way on it, or so much money, because we love shopping. Makes us feel good in the moment. We overspend. Because we love gummy bears, we overeat them. Feels good in the moment, but man, when I get on the scale 2 days later, it doesn't feel too good in the moment. I love my person, but if I hang around waiting for him, I spend a lot of time waiting and not a lot of time making money. So whatever that toxicity is for you, you know what it is. You have absolute clarity on it. It's not telling you you have to totally eliminate it. I don't have to totally eliminate gummy bears, but I can ration out portions for myself, so I'm not eating, a whole 2-pound bag in one sitting. Not that I do that, but I do eat them more often than I should. It's not telling you to never buy anything on Amazon again or never go shopping again, but you need to create a budget so you're not financially depleting yourself or ending up in debt. It's not telling you not to be generous and help out another person with money, but don't do it to where it is negatively impacting you. You're helping someone else pay their bills, and meanwhile, you can't pay your own. It's not telling you to break up with this person or stop talking to this friend or family member, but it's saying to get a better schedule. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, create a schedule, create a plan, create a budget. Because it's not so much the toxicity that's to blame here. It's us. We consciously make the choice to do high school over and over again. So, and for some of you, it's just negative thoughts where you just think poorly of yourself. Every time you start feeling good about yourself, you go back and start thinking negatively about yourself. It very well could be something like that. So let's get you 3 cards of advice. You're going to need boundaries here. That's why that Devil card here is at the bottom of the deck. It says what boundaries need to be created in your life. Some of us, it's a strategic plan on money. For some of us, it's creating a budget. It's watching our spending. Maybe creating a dietary plan and sticking to it, and still being able to eat gummy bears, but watching the caloric intake so I'm not overeating them. Again, it's not telling you to break up with the person. But you need to create a boundary and say, I'm working between this time and this time. I'm available before and after that, not during. So whatever it is here, we have the ability to control it by creating a boundary or a budget or a plan or a strategy. 3 cards of advice here to wrap up this message here for Scorpio. So what situation in your life is bringing you financial wealth and stability? You have the ability to create it by identifying this and creating that Virgo-esque strategy, plan, budget, diet, etc., to address it. 3 cards of 3 cards of advice here. Closing messages for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hierophant. Learn the lesson. Justice. And the 7 of Swords. Learn the lesson and be honest with yourself. How have you been sabotaging your pentacle resources, time, love, money? I'll give you another example. I have a younger sibling who needs my financial help at this time. I love him dearly. I have been helping him. He now has begun taking advantage of me. I said, I will give you X amount of dollars every Thursday for the next year if you need it. And do I have to go a little without to create that budget to make that money available to him? Yes, I will do it to help him out because he's gone through hell in the past 2 months, albeit of his own doing. I will give him that, albeit of his own doing. But he is on the road to recovery. And so I have extended that help to him. But I give him the money on Thursday, and Saturday he calls me and asks me for more money. And I give him more money. And today he called me again and asked for more money. And I went, you know what? I'm not doing this with you. I love you. I'm gonna hold firm to this. I have a budget. I can only give you X amount of dollars. This is what you get every Thursday. If you choose to spend it on frivolous stuff because you're not creating a budget and you're not being smart, that's on you. You can go through the money I give you in 5 minutes, but there will be no more money from me until the following Thursday. I have created now a hard boundary with him. It's on me to enforce it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sabotaging myself. And I'll be 7 of sorting myself and my financial resources. And then he learns the lesson that he can just keep doing this to me. So there's something here we need to see very clearly. This was a valuable lesson. Let's stop 7 of sorting ourselves when it comes to our pentacle resources. Let's get it right this time. 2 of Wands. We're at the Y point. We're going to have something this week pop up that is tied to this devil energy. And it could be over shopping, overspending for some of you, especially with the holiday season quickly approaching. You can repeat the same thing and overspend and go into hawk and go into debt this holiday season, or you can be honest with people and create a budget ahead of time. My person, I did that. Oh, Ace of Pentacles, that's the truth. That's another thing. Give you another example. My person, I now have created that we will spend X amount of dollars on one another for birthdays, certain holidays that we do celebrate throughout the year or anniversary, and then a different dollar amount for Christmas. And that's it. We don't go, we stick to that budget. And now if I'm going to double or triple that, I'm 7 of sorting myself. That is my budget. So I would say for some of you where this is financial in nature, you can do that with the people in your life and say, this year, given the economy or the state of the world or whatever, economic issues, I think it's best if we only spend $20 on one another or 50 or 100. Like, I don't know your economic situation, but I wouldn't go into debt this holiday season, especially for those of you who are maybe over shopping, overspending has been an issue. Okay. Let me get 3 cards. Why is it important? I think it's very important as this year closes out. I always look at the world card like 1 year. I think it's important that we get it right this week when that 2 of Wands appears. We're not supposed to take this with us into 2026. Like keep repeating the overspending, not having a good work schedule, the overeating, whatever it is here for us. That's the feeling that I get. Is that okay? Let me take a look at that. 2 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles showed itself again. Yeah, we're not supposed to take this. So we're going to have the opportunity to do it again or do it differently in the week ahead. We're not supposed to take this into 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yep, the 8 of Cups. We're supposed, whatever this is, that pattern, that strategy, that plan, that budget that we're not doing, the overspending, the overindulgent, we need to leave it behind. 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and 2 of Pentacles. We need to learn that lesson, be more balanced financially, more balanced with our time moving forward, and find new creative ways. Like I said, this doesn't mean that you stop gift giving, but 7 of Cups could be look for new creative ways. Do it in a more balanced way where you're not going into debt. Look for new sweet, I could look for new sweet treats that I like to have that, take care of the sweet tooth, issue that I have without, gaining so much calories. Maybe I just need to look for a healthier snack to have, replace it with fruit, which I did yesterday. We went food shopping and I got some, or the other day, and I got cherries and grapes. And so I could do something like that. So I just feel like we need to walk away from this toxicity. It's a pattern within us that we're doing. We need to create a strategy, plan, or budget. And then we need to, be creative. Find other ways to do it. Again, it's not telling me to break up with him. It's just saying there are creative ways where I can create a timetable that I can see you before this time and after this time, but in the middle, I need to work. So there's definitely something here about bringing balance here to the Scorpio collective in the new year. Two of Swords, Five of Cups, Seven of Wands, creating those boundaries. I don't think we realize just how beneficial it'll be to us in the long run. It'll definitely enable us to, Four of Swords, heal that toxic pattern or addiction. Three of Pentacles, it's more like a work smarter, not harder kind of energy. That is what I have for you for the week of November 23rd, 2025. If you like those messages and if any of them resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.